Catfish people, what's up? Hey, coming to you from the comforts of the home. Told y'all we were going to do a giveaway if you really follow my channel for me hitting over 1,000 subscribers. It came in, and in this same video, I'm going to give you a tour down the Dan River of all of the spots that you can fish, and I know I'll probably miss some, and I'll go over whether they're grade of difficulty level to get to, if they got lighting, if they got bathrooms, if it's on the walking trail, wherever. And we'll take you down through Danville, okay? So y'all going to love this. And we're going to do it on Google Maps. Now, to show y'all what we got, we're going to do this giveaway. We're going to go live on TikTok, and we're going to draw the number and the name and everything. And I'll leave it in the description box on what I need y'all to do. And I'm also going to do a giveaway on TikTok too. So TikTok followers and a YouTube followers will get the same gifts. All right. Look at here. Coasters, y'all. I know you're probably saying coasters. Liberty Bell. Yeah, coasters. And I got some more stuff. But y'all know I started my channel to help a couple of my vet buddies that are, disabled, find bank spots to fish. So I thought it would only be proper and right to give something back for them. And these are made of slate rock. Cushion pads on them, little boxes. All right. So that's those. For them. All right. Number two, let's see. Let's open this up. I know y'all just like, what is it? What is it? All right, this is all got to do around my vets, y'all. Nice little outside hanger. Indoor hangers. It's got that farm look to it. But you can hang it on your wall, hang it outside. Hey, showing pride, y'all. Okay. Next thing and the last thing is, I know how much, you're sitting around your couch, in your chair, whatever not. Got one of them old throw pillows, they call them. Well, we got y'all a nice zip up throw pillow. Case. Hey, we'll leave in the description box details on how to sign up for this free giveaway. It's all free. Doesn't cost you anything. This is me saying thank you for your 1,000 subscribers, and me saying thank you for all my vets, for active and non-active, for your service, because y'all are the reason why we get to go do this. Let's get the camera turned around, set up, and we're going to take y'all down a tour of the river. All right, y'all, we're back. Also, I would like to state that those items are all handmade and made in the USA. Done got my daggone camera set up here. The way I got it set up, I don't know if you'll be able to see the package in there. So, that's pretty good, y'all. Support, it's proudly made in America. All right, now, we're going to start this off by saying, I hope all of y'all are having an awesome day, and hope y'all getting out there on that bank line. Now, I know this writing on this is probably backwards. If it is, I'm sorry. I don't know how I'm going to adjust it. I won't be able to tell until I edit the video. But, so just avoid the words. And I'm going to follow this pencil right here. I'm going to use as a pointer. Now, this is the Robertson's Bridge when you're coming into Danville off of 58, okay? And this is your main spillway. This part of the river right here runs back up into, eventually back up into North Carolina. And you go down the river and you know that it goes all the way into Curl Lake, Bugs Island. So we're starting you right here. I've personally never caught any fish out of this part of the river on this side of the spillway. That is, I think it is pronounced Abigua Park, which is out of view right here. But This is the Schofield Reservoir. Now, there have been some blues caught out of here. I haven't ever caught any out of here, but there is some YouTube footage of some guys catching some blues out of this area. But I have caught a lot of bait fish out of that area right there. A lot of bait fish. It's a really good place to catch bait fish. I will say this, though. It is heavily snaked. It's got a lot of snakes in that area. So, moving on. To be able to access this area right here, you have to park in the parking lot of the movie theater here. You can park over here onto the side, and there's a little walking path, and you can walk down, and then you'll hit the walking trail, and you'll go up under the bridge, and you'll see there's a beaten path. There used to be like an old boat ramp type of deal. It's right here under the bridge somewhere, but you can fish all of this. You can walk down in here to the walking trail. What I normally do when I do that, I'll park on this side of the movie theater, and I will walk down through a little path here, and there's several spots to fish throughout this area. Or you can, if you got a cart or something, you can pull it. Okay, let's see if I can move this thing without messing it up here. Keeping it in view. Alright, let's get on out of there. We go. Alright, we're going to go about halfway up. Now, this section of the river, there are spots to fish in it. Me personally, I don't. I have fished up close to the dam where I just showed you. But when I'm getting down into this area, it's just, it's somewhere that through this area, it's just somewhere I don't fish. It's not, I need to try it though. I really do. I need to get up in there and see if I can't catch some up out of there. Get my little pointer here. Moving on down. And sorry about the laptop, y'all. It's old. Excuse me. Alright, let's get on down a little bit further into the Danville section. We're getting ready to come up on right here, which a lot of people remember this as being the old Value City parking lot. It's been through several different hands, names, and so forth. Right here, you can park in this parking lot here, walk this trail down, and there are several places that you can fish right around this bridge area. Or you can walk up under the bridge, and there's several spots that you can fish right throughout here. And that now is called it's some kind of community building in the Dan River Church. That's right at the Mount Cross Road stoplight is where that would be located, and right before you get to the Central Boulevard Bridge. So like I said, I can't tell if the writing there is backwards or not, so I want to make sure y'all understand where we're at. Now there's some more, like I said, there's several spots that you can fish up through here. I'm not going to speak on places that I haven't personally fished, so that's the reason why. But when I do get a chance to go hit some of those spots, we'll make a video out of it. Alright, let's keep on going down the river, y'all. So we're getting ready to come up on the Riverside Reservoir Spillway right here, and you have the Robert Woodall Chevrolet GM place right there, and you have it's a Biscuitville parking lot right here, but there's places for you to park here also to access on the walking trail. Now, if you do that, you can access this walking trail. Now, I'm going to give you a heads up. And a lot of times at night when I fish, I do fish this section right here. A lot of times when I fish this section at night, I will pull down close as I can get. I won't park right here. I'm not telling you if that's right or wrong. I don't know. I've never been questioned on it. The authorities have seen my vehicle there, and the authorities have seen me fishing there, and no one's ever said anything. But I do know that you can park in the Biscuitville parking lot right here, closer to the river in the back. There's sections, and I think there might be even some bike where you can rent the bicycles to ride also. Um, and you walk across this little bridge right here, and there is a really large grass section right here directly behind the Woodall dealership parking lot, and a sandy area. It's very good fishing right there for bait fish, and I have caught some smaller blues out of there and a lot of channel cat. But that's been it. It's nothing I've ever caught out of that section of the river has had any kind of size to it. It's always been small, but it's a place I like to go and catch a lot of bait fish because I can really get my cast net out right there because it's a sandy walk area like I was showing you. Actually, it's kind of somewhat located on the map right here. It's right there, and you can, you walk right. It's really flat and everything. Now I will say this: there is a rope, security, whatever they call it, buoy things that cross over the river right here. And you'll see it. So if you casting out, typically what I do is I just sling them to the middle, and I don't never really cast down that way because there's a lot of debris because it's hung up under the water. The closer you get to the dam there's a lot of debris. You'll get tangled up. If you can get your lines close to it now, you stand a good chance, especially if there's some flathead in there, because they love that structure. But I normally will cast straight out, and then I'll try to cast some up the river. And like I said, I've had some success. There's also spots directly across from here that you can fish, and this is in the park that's right here beside the Kentucky Fried Chicken and stuff. There's some, if you're on this side of the river looking across, you can actually see where the bank is beat down and wore down. I've never fished over here on this side of the river. At this spot, through this section of the river, I'm staying on the 58 side of the river. Okay, let's move you on down a little bit. Now, I have parked in this area here and hit the walking trail and have walked down, and there's a few spots that you can fish in here, but that has to be when they're running, and that's also a good spot to go catch a lot of carp if you're trying to catch carp and the red nose suckers and things of those sorts. They really get up in that shallows there when they're running. Now we're right here behind the YMCA now, y'all. This is not a very good successful place for me. I have a lot of friends here that they catch a lot of fish right here, and if you are anywhat familiar with this river and catfishing this river, you have probably fished this section. Hey, hit me up if you have. But I've not ever really been successful here. Basically, all I've ever caught it out of there is some channel cat. But I do have friends, and they've got some videos on YouTube where they're pulling in some flatheads. They've put in channels. They've put in blues. And there's a lot of carp in this section. So if you're a carp fisherman and you like the carp fish, there are a lot of carp. And there's a lot of places to fish this section of the river, from this dam to this dam, these spillways right here, that you can really get your lines out. You can get a lot of lines out, and there are some nice carp in there. All right, let's move on down the river a little bit. Now, we will go to this side of the spillway, which is known as, right here is the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Bridge. Okay, so you can park in this section right in here. When you pull in this gravel road right here beside the Davenport Energy place, you can turn and go down in here, and you can park, and you can walk up under the bridge and fish. Any of this is accessible. There are so many spots. I mean, it is spot after spot after spot after spot. Or you can park here in the YMCA parking lot, which is right up here in the corner, and walk down this way to access this. There's a lot of, that's another good spot for carp. It's also really good spot for catching any kind of panfish. It's also really good for catching large catfish. If y'all watch my videos, y'all seen me pull out some, I think my largest out of that section of the river was 45 pound. It was a 45-pound blue I caught right here in this section. When the stripers are running, there you'll see a lot of guys. They'll be out here in the river wading. And there's been known, trout, smallmouth, largemouth, crappie. Gar. I'm sure there is some drum in the river, but I've never caught any. I've never heard of anyone catching any out of the river. They're in Kerr Lake, Bugs Island, so I mean they can access and run up the river. It's just I don't know. Me personally, I've never caught one out of the river. I've caught them out of Bugs Island, but never out of the river. I have caught gar, flathead, channel cat, largemouth. Blues. So we've got all three species of catfish that I've pulled out of this river. We've pulled largemouth and smallmouth out of this river. We've pulled gar and stripers out of this river, and this is all through the Danville section of this river. We've pulled carp out of this river, crappie, bluegill, warmouth, all kinds of panfish, shad. Let me think of what else. I'm sure I said carp. Those red-nosed suckers when they're running. So the Danville section of the Dan River, from the very first spillway coming in all the way down. I mean, like I said, I fished all the way into Kerr Lake, Bugs Island, but we're not going to go that far. We're going to stop this at Anglers Park. But you watch my videos and you see me pull out fish of all of these magnitudes from all of those sections of the river. All right, let's move on down a little bit here. Now, this is a section of the river that I like to target for flathead. It's big blues in here, but once I get on down past the where the towing place is at, and you get ready to come up on the riverside walking trail, the wooden bridge. I've had a lot of success with flathead there, and I got a lot of buddies that are YouTube creators also that have had a lot of success right there. So there's some more video on this river of these species of fish that I'm talking about, that you can see them catch some of these same fish out of these sections of the river. You can access the river from this side also. You can park over here. I don't exactly know all of the names of these roads, but you can pull this up on Google Maps, and if you go across the Martin Luther King Bridge, and you can take these roads, and you can get back in here to where this parking lot's at right here, and this walking trail, and there are spots to fish. You'll see them as you're walking this trail. You will see the paths that are cut to the bank to be able to fish on both sides, and both sides of this section of the river has been very productive for a lot of people. We're gonna have to pause this for a second because I have a dog that needs to go use the restroom, so we'll be right back. All right, y'all, I'm back. I got two puppies running around in here, and they take a whole lot of bathroom breaks. So where were we at now? Like I said, you can come across the Martin Luther King Bridge. You can park down here in this parking access, and you can see these little trails that are cut out. These are walking paths that are cut out to go down to the Riverside walking trail. Now, and like I said, there are spots all up and down through here that you can gain access to the bank. All of these spots that I have mentioned so far, I would say the difficulty level of any of these spots are probably around about between a 1 to a 3. They're pretty easy to access. most of them, I mean, you know, the bank line changes. You know, it could be good and flat today and you have a hillside tomorrow. So, you know, the riverbank, the bank line changes from storm to storm. But on the pretty much on the walking part of it, it's all pretty, it's pretty fairly somewhat easy, I would say. It's not a lot. You don't have to cross any structures. You don't have to do a lot of walking unless you want to. Pretty much these spots are pretty close to your vehicles, and none of these spots that I've mentioned so far have any kind of access to bathroom unless you go to a convenience store or you know, go see a tree. So let's move on down, y'all. All right, now stuff ads popping up. All right, let's get the bend in the river here. Now we are at this is excuse me, this is the railroad trestles right here, and this was the wooden walking bridge. So we're going across the past the railroad trestles. Now this here bend, you've seen also a lot of video from myself and other people, YouTube creators, pull out a lot of fish from this section of the river right here. The one thing about this spot at the river is either direction you come from, which you can come from up here around the Exxon place. You can park, not Exxon, the Davenport Energy. You can, when you park up in that section, it's a walk to get here. Or you can park back in here, which you have to turn and go down like you're going back into the Humane Society section and the VDOT section. You can park back in here. Over here in this corner, there's a section where you can park and you can access, and like I said, but still it's a long walk. But if you park in this section, there's several spots to fish on this part of the walk as it is on the other one, but you have a bathroom on this side of the walking trail. It's right on the side of the walking trail. You have a gentleman's bathroom and a lady's bathroom. So, and there are some water fountains there. So you have access to a bathroom in that section of the river if you're walking. I don't know if I can get this turned or not. Oh, Lord, I'd have messed something up, y'all. Oh, we didn't need to zoom it in. There we go. Sorry, y'all. Like I said, my computer's old, and I don't got no mouse for it. It's broke. This section here is past the VDOT place, and it is right before you get to Dan Daniel Memorial Park. So you understand the section of the river we're in. This section of the river right here, you can pull down into Dan Daniel Park, and there is a parking spot right here where you can park. Well, you can walk the walking trail, and there's sections of the river that you can fish, and this is what they call the island. So there's all kinds of sections to fish here. This little part of the river is extremely shallow for the most part, most of the time. This side over here is a little bit deeper. Y'all seen me with a lot of Dan Daniel videos. A lot of Dan Daniel videos, and a lot of videos around the YMCA, through that section from the YMCA, from the spillway all the way down to the wooden walking bridge. You know, I have several videos, footage of that, of nighttime and daytime. Now, this section of the river over here on this side, you can gain access to this section of the river through written permission from it's a tree company, and for some reason I cannot think of the name of it. I will try to get it and put it in the description section, and if someone else knows it, they can also drop it in the comments. But from what I have been told, like I said, I don't fish that section of the river. Well, I don't fish that section nor that side of the river in that section, so I can't exactly tell you what the fishing is like right there in the island section on either side, because I skip it. If I don't fish the upper side of the Dan Daniel Park, then I go down the river. And like I said, I don't know if y'all can see this. Yeah, I'm sure you can probably see it pretty good. This is a railroad trestles, and it's a road that comes back in here, and it will take you and drive you all back in here. And there's places to fish on this side of the river. But like I said, you have to have written permission from the it's some kind of tree company service. Like I said, I'll get that anyway. I'm babbling on. Anyway, you can park in. Let me back it up here. You can park in this parking space here, or up in here, and gain access to the river by walking down and walking the walking trail. And you can walk this little, beside this little part of the river. Here's a stream. It's not very wide. Or you can park up here and come across the soccer fields. And there's spots to fish here around the bridge and up under the bridge. That is also, a lot of footage of where I've caught several different catfish from that section of the river. Some flatheads and blues, and lots of channel cat. The water in that area is somewhat very shallow for the most part. And the difficulty level to getting to it is, it's very easy to get to, but it is a very long walk. You do have to put in some walking, so I suggest a backpack or some type of a cart. You want to minimum the stuff that you have to tote in your hands, because it's a pretty good little hump. But it's some good fishing in there. Oh Lord, let me pause this. All right, excuse me. All right, y'all, we got the kink worked out. I double tapped something and then it went all crazy. All right, we're still right here on the lower side of the Dan Daniel Memorial Park, headed towards the the water treatment area. Like there are spots where you can fish through this section. From Dan Daniel Park all the way down, if you're willing to put in the walk, on that walking trail, there is spots to fish from Dan Daniel Park parking lot all the way down to Anglers Park parking lot. So plenty of places to fish. It's just it's a lot of walking that is involved. You will see areas cut to the river. You'll see the paths that are cut to the river. I'm mainly just wanting to let you know the places that you can access to get to these trails, or places where you can park. And everywhere that I have mentioned so far, also in the video, I've never had any run-ins with any parking in any of those areas. The only place I've ever had any issues or problems with parking through the Danville section of this that I'm showing you all the way down to Anglers Park is Anglers Park. Some vandalism has been done to my vehicles down there on one occasion, but but for the most part, no difficulties with individuals walking, or anyone messing with any of my equipment or my vehicles or anything. And I haven't heard of anyone having any type of issues or difficulties. And also, the law enforcement throughout the Danville area is, they're pretty much on top of it. For the most part, anytime I'm parked in these parking lots, the cars, they ride through. Now, I got to give it to them. They do ride through. Whether they're checking on, what they're checking on, who knows? But I see them, they got to see me. All right, so let's move on to the next spot. And all of these spots I have to mention that I have given out throughout the course of this video so far, and throughout this whole entire video, are accessible 24/7. I know that Anglers Park has a sign up from the Dusk to Dawn area, but I have talked to law enforcement in Danville there, and I have talked to game wardens, and they do not shut that down for fishing along the bank lines, and unloading and loading your boats, because it's a public boat ramp, and I guess that's the way that they look at it, that they don't want to shut down a public boat ramp and give people access to a public boat ramp, because who knows what could happen, and who knows who's out on the water, how, they can't lock you in, you could be out there and have boat troubles or whatever. So that is what I've been told by the Danville law enforcement, and that's what I've been told from the Virginia game wardens that is in the Anglers Park area, which we are getting ready to come up on. Let me move on down in there to it. Oh, too far. All right, so yeah, more in the middle of the screen there. All right, so this is the Anglers Park area. This is the parking lot. They do have a bathroom and a wash area, bicycle washing area. There's all kinds of stuff. Pretty just like up at Dan Daniel Park. They pretty much have everything that Dan Daniel Park has, minus the baseball field stuff. They both have bathrooms, wash areas, picnic areas, cookout areas, soccer fields, rugby fields, bicycle stations. Dan Daniel has a renting bicycle station though. So let's show you this area. This is your boat ramp right in here. Places to fish going back up the river towards Dan Daniel. Like I said, you can fish everywhere. You can start to go down this down through here behind the it's a picnic area shelter. There's a parking lot here. There's all kinds of places to fish here. If you park over here in the corner of the parking lot closest to the river, you'll see there's a beaten wore down path that will walk you down the riverside. And you'll see the places that are accessible to fish. Now, you can get on this walking trail, which is the gravel walking trail. You'll go through a gate there. You'll go through a gate, and you can walk this down, and there's a few more spots to fish on past this, and the difficulty level to get to either of them or mainly just the walk. And like I said, the bank line changes. From rainstorm season to season, the bank line is always changing. What's flat today could be steep tomorrow. You never know. So that you just have to prepare for. But the difficulty of walking is, it's just pretty much a walk. A lot of these spots are very accessible. I mean, some of them you can fish right at your vehicle that I've given out, and some of them you have to walk. You have to put in a little work to get to those areas. We will conclude this video right here at Anglers Park, and we'll do a series of these videos all the way down the river, and we will take you all the way into Bugs Island, Curl Lake, and then we will circle you all around Bugs Island and Curl Lake, Curl Lake / Curl Lake. Yeah, that's right. Tongue tied. We'll hit all kinds of bank spots there and give you public camping spots, public access spots, boat ramps, places where you can bank fish, you can get your boat in the water, and same as right now. And then we're going to do some other lakes and rivers as well. I hope this video came to you. You like it. I hope it helps you out. And I hope you look forward to me putting out some more just like this. Till the next one, God bless. Tight lines.